Today I want to tell you this, like when we discussed this flowchart last day. So your coding is correct. So that is absolutely correct. So it's good that you have done the coding properly. But the thing is, there's a small thing that you need to consider related to the flowchart, right? When it comes to the flowcharts, so there are some set of standard symbols. So can you see this? So here actually start. So input is represented using a parallelogram. So that is the thing that you need to consider, because like if it is input or output, you are going to draw a parallelogram. That is a standard symbol worldwide, right? So any country, anywhere, you are using this standard symbol parallelogram to represent input or output. So just remember this. These are for inputs or outputs. So the symbols that you have used is the problem. The other thing is okay. Other things are okay. So then this is a process. So process is explained or process is shown by using rectangle. So that is to show the process. This part also you have done. Then calculating the bill is also a process. The rectangle is there. Display bill is output. That is why the parallelogram is there. And start and stop symbols are either ellipse or rounded rectangles. So, right? That's it. I think that is very easy, convenient. You can correct that, right?
Yeah, I can correct that.
Okay. So can you take a snapshot or screenshot?
Yeah.
The pseudocode is what you have sent is correct about the pseudocode. Pseudocode you have to input them, then you have to calculate by the given figures. So which is pen price is 20, pencil price is 10, and lunchbox price is 250, and this book price is 50. So then, so what you need to do is this. The question is this: ABC supermarket selling pens, pencils, lunch boxes, etc. And so cost of each item is given. Cost of each item is given. Then you are asked to find the total bill. So it can be calculated this way. If you know the pens, number of pens, pencils that purchased, here you don't know actually. We are keeping that assigned. We have assigned that to the variables, and here, so you are, if the pen count, pencil count, lunchbox count, book count is given as inputs, then you can multiply by the price and add them together to display the final total. So that is simple, right? Then selection part, right? Selection part, let's do small exercise to learn selection first. Then, okay, let's start with a very simple example. So we learn how to find the maximum and minimum. So shall we try to do this question? So I'm going to write the question now. Draw a flow chart. Please write down. Write pseudocode and Python codes to find the maximum number, find the maximum number from 3 integers given as inputs. Okay, you have to draw a flow chart, write pseudocode and Python code to find the maximum number from 3 integers given as input. We have already done this for selection. We have already done that. So if you can remember, we did something to find out the grade as well as so grade letter grading, and also we have done this to find out whether pass or fail. So same strategy you need to apply now. Do this for 3 integers, since there are, let's say there are 3 integers like n1, n2, n3, and you have to find out the maximum out of these 3 integers given. I would like to give you a chance to try. Okay, so after writing down, just give a try. So you can just drop me a photo or email, or you can even send it to the chat, Zoom chat. Just do it in your book and you can take a picture and send it to the Zoom chat. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. Can you do?
Okay. Okay.
This meeting is being recorded.
I have it over here.
All right. Okay. That is the flow chart, right? So input 3 numbers, then you are checking whether so number 1, number 2, number 3, all is greater. If number 1 is the greatest, display it. If not, you are comparing that with number 2. Number 2 is number 2 is if so. Here the display part should come in parallelogram, right? The decision is okay, but display output part should be. So then actually if this is years, then it should come in parallelogram. Okay, then yeah, this will work, but you can make it less complex, right? Let me show how. This is correct. Only thing is the symbol you need to change, but this can be done easily like this. So check here, right? So you are first checking 2 digits, right? You are checking this one, N1. I'm also doing the same. I'm checking whether N1 is greater than N2 and N1 is greater than N3. Then definitely the maximum is N1, no?
Yeah.
No doubt about that. So if not, the maximum will be N2 and N2 or N3. If N1 is not the maximum, then we have to forget N1 and then we have to consider about N2 and N3, right? Only 2 because already one is gone. That is why I'm comparing N2 and N3 only. If N2 is bigger than N3, then definitely it is N2, but otherwise it is N3, right? I think you can make it less complex like this. Isn't that so? Did you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, because no need to compare all 3 again. So first time you have to compare 3. First time you have to compare, actually you have to take 1 and compare with the other 2. Take 1 and compare with the other 2, and if you get true, display that. That is simple, isn't it? So otherwise, the remaining 2, you have to compare the remaining 2, that is N2 and N3. Then find the maximum. So that is what, this is flowchart, right? This is the flowchart, and please note the symbol for display I'm using parallelogram. For displaying or printing, I'm using parallelogram, and that is the standard output symbol. Okay. Right, you can correct it. And now try for the code, please. Now give a try to write Python code. You can share the screen after doing. So look at this, take a screenshot or just update your flowchart and try to do the Python code, please, related to the same. It won't take much time, so you can quickly do that.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah, please go to the code. It's okay.
Hmm?
Please go to the code again. Yeah. There, the print must be like N1 should be mentioned within brackets. Okay. Yeah, the colon should be removed from there. colon is not in front of, yeah, that colon is not there. The colon should come
Like this?
before that, after the comparison, colon should come. If n1 greater than n2 and n1 greater than n3, then the colon should come, yeah. No,
Okay.
so now okay. Then press enter, right? N1, okay. Now you can press enter again and backspace one more time and then write elif.
Okay.
Elif, yeah, elif the next comparison. So if this is not happening, you have to compare n2 and n3, right?
Yes.
To n3 comparison. Elif n2 greater than n3.
Is this correct?
Elif, you have to write the call. Yes, elif, the comparison print should come in the next line, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Actually, for that, you can just mention with after comparing n2 greater than n3. So n2 is greater, no? So that you can tell.
Yes.
In the third step, you don't want any comparison even because the remaining one is the so that elif part you can actually remove. So this will work, but you can just write else and the comparison remove. Because you know that it is n3, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Run that. Shall we run the code?
Mm-hmm. Oh. It says
yeah,
invalid
bracket
syntax.
input should be bracketed, not the
Input
colon.
should be-
Input, the colon should be replaced with brackets.
Oh. Okay. So
So be careful,
it
right?
should be like this.
Yeah, yeah. That's okay. And the next two lines also,
Okay.
The final bracket you put is optional, right? The beginning and the ending bracket that you put is optional. Before and after end of the line, so that bracket is optional. You can ignore that. So that's still that is the extra bracket. Okay, type some numbers, please.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
would-
and you can like erase the ending bracket. That is not required. The last one.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
And the beginning one also. What's that one? Yeah. That is optional. And please note the last line has error. Print should come to the next line.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Perfect. Good.
Let me run this again.
You can try with different combinations. Still, it will. Okay, good. So let's move on to the next. Now you know how this comparison can be applied. Right, we will do in some further exercises too to understand. For example, this is a modification to the above code. So this is modification to your homework. You can do this as a homework itself, right? So I'm not going to discuss this now, but just take down the question. So this question you can do as homework.
Wait, let me see the question.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
This is related to the previous question. Okay. Then the third control structure, this will be really interesting. The third control structure, that is called repetition. Right now we know about two control structures very well, sequence and selection. The third one is repetition, repeating the same instruction set again and again, repeating the same instruction set. We call iteration as well. This is actually same instruction set is repeated. So let's see with the example quickly. So print even numbers from 1 to 10. You are given a task to print even numbers from 1 to 10. So the answer is 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. How this happen? So you need to start with 2. That is definitely you have to say. So let's say the counter, the number that you are going to print is C. That is the variable I have used. So we can start C equal to, because we are going to start with number 2. Then in each step, what you need to do? In each step, after printing this, you need to increment or you need to increase this by 2, because 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10. So each step you need to increase this by 2. Okay, you can see this C equal 2 initially. So then C less than, you have to check. You have to check because you are going to finish when C reach 10. So C is greater than 10, you have to finish. So one way is you can do when C is greater than 10. If it is years, you can stop. I said there are multiple ways that can also be applied, right? So here, instead of this condition, I can check whether C greater than 10. If this is years, I can stop. So that is another way of doing the same. Or other way, you can check C less than or equal to 10. If years, you can proceed. Proceed, display the C, increment C by 2, C equals C plus 2, then go back to the same point and check again whether C is less than or equal to 10. So you do the same thing again and again until the condition is C, whether C exceeds 10. If C is not less than or equal to 10, then it will stop. So this is what the repetition is. An interesting thing is, here it forms a cyclic path. The cycle, that means you can go down and go up back and go down and come back. Likewise, this is a cyclic process. That is why we call repetition or iteration. Okay, the related pseudocode can be written in few ways. So one thing I have explained here, while C is less than or equal to 10. You can do that, and because you can't write arrow, you can't draw arrows in pseudocodes, therefore you need to write the code. So one special keyword that we are using is while C less than 10, do what you need to do, display C and increment C by 2. Another thing is, you can say for C equal 2 to 10. You can tell the starting figure and ending figure both together. C 2 to 10, display and increment by 2. Another thing is, we can start displaying and later check the condition whether this is C greater than 10, then end in the repeat. So these are 3 ways of doing. So for the method 1, exact location and condition is known. So starting point and the condition is known. Here, starting point, ending point, and stopping point all are known. Here, you know starting point and ending condition. Right? When you know the start, stepping and stopping condition, but you can check that condition later. Actually, this is faster. Okay, when you start downloading something, when you start download something, it starts, right? But in the middle, it says space not enough. Haven't you experienced such thing? When you start a big download, so initially it starts, but while it is downloading, it might say space not enough. Free some space and try again. Data also the same. No? When you start download, maybe you have enough data, but at the middle, it can say your data plan is going to be over. In the middle, it starts immediately, but in the middle, it checks the condition. Then also you have to top up your data. So that is another example. So, but before copying a file, normally you check whether space is enough beforehand. So that is like, this is, we call, you do it as a preventive measurement, preventive check, because you are checking it first. If it is permittable, if it is actually achievable only, you do that. But this is, you try to achieve. If it fails, you reverse it. So this will be faster, but this can cause error in the middle. This will be slower, but the track is done before. So this will be slower, but so mostly the process is assured. So it will go up to the end. And this has actually, this is when things are well known, you can fix it into solid frame like this. This is 4. So while, for, and repeat. These are the 3 ways of writing pseudocodes. So let's see how we can convert this to programming code next. Okay, so this is my example. I think you need to copy down soon. Repetition, because this is a main heading. When you write that, you can remember easily. That's why I'm asking you to copy down. I can give the note, that is not a problem. But when you write that somewhere, so you can easily remember. Rather than, so you can take a screenshot, I know that as well. But if it's better if you can at least write down repetition and this part. Instruction flow is repeated and it forms a cycle. At least write this part. The other things you can take screenshot, doesn't matter.
Okay, I wrote it down.
So then this part also take screenshot. So take screenshot of this. This is the flow chart. Just take screenshot of this. And this is how the pseudocode is written. So there are 3 ways of writing the pseudocodes. You can see there now. Okay.
Yeah, I took screenshots of them.
Okay. So let's see how you can do small exercise like printing odd numbers, even numbers, these kind of thing. How can we convert that to a code now? Right. Let me start with a new file. Okay, let's print even numbers from 2 to 10. So begin and end part is not required. You can directly say is equal to. So while simple while c less than or equal to 10 colon, and you can just print c. Use, if you are using capital C, use the same, because you know it is case sensitive. Otherwise, if you're using simple C, use the same. C, it's very, very easy, right? This is what you need to write. So let's run this now. You can see the output prints 2 to 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is one way of doing. The second way of doing that is let me print some empty lines. Okay, print some empty line, right? I'm just printing few new lines. Escape sequences I taught you last day. N is printing new line and N is printing new line. I'm printing 2 new lines. Then write down the code again. This time I'm telling, okay, 4. I can say any variable in range. You have to mention the range 2. You are starting from 2, you are going up to 10. Actually, you have to say 1 greater than 10, right? Because like, so when you tell to stop, when you reach 10, it will reach 10 without printing, it will stop. So let me show that. 2, 10, step by 2 by 2, go 2 by 2. If I write down like this, when I print, here I missed the printing part is there. Print I, when I print I, so what will happen here? So let me write. The first code says 2 to 10, so this is 2 to 8, it's going 2 to 8 only. That is why I said you have to tell 1 more than the stopping point. That is 11. So the reason is otherwise it will not go up to 10. So now see, you can see it's going up to 10. The third method is you can start. You can start and you can say while true means you are going to do this forever. But you have to check the condition if this C is less than or equal to 10 only, or you can say while true print C plus 2 if the condition need to be checked later. If C after adding that, if C greater than 10, you need to break. This is the third method, and let's run that. Okay, the first method, second method, third, you can see the results. The first method, condition is checked prior to the execution. The second method, all the stepping points, starting point, everything given. The third method, you start doing that, and later you check the condition and break. So can you write the code, please? Please write the code quickly. So you have to write this in the Python IDE and run this and see. Do this quickly. Let's see. So let's use some different library. Library means like in Python, if you want to do something different from the ordinary output is basically command line, CLI. When you type the command, so the output will be given in the terminal of the shell. So that is CLI, right? Command line interface. But still, if you are interested, you can import different libraries for GUI, graphical user things, and do different experiments. So this time I'm going to use such library. This library is called Turtle. Import, I'm going to import that. Import Turtle, simple Turtle. This Turtle library is capable of capturing the mouse pointer, and it can be it can be drawn to the screen, can be displayed into the screen. Okay, you need to write this code segment. So this is actually importing the library. Then you have to create your own object. This is actually starting object from that library. Because when you create the library, so if you create object, then you can, so we will learn about this later. When you create object, the codes can be executed based on the particular object. Actually, so it is like this. So you have generic class. Class is just a category. So let's say student. Student is a concept, right? It's a category or blueprint or concept. So basically, any student has student name, student number, student first name, last name, address, telephone number. But if I ask, okay, what is the student's telephone number? So it is, you can't answer. You have to ask which student. You know that, knowing that, okay, bank account, let's say bank account. Bank account has account number. I'm asking, okay, bank account has account number, account name, balance. Okay, I'm asking what is the balance? Then you're asking which bank account you mean. That means bank account is a concept. But when it is your father's bank account, that is an object of that concept. Right? So understand this, try to understand this. Minimum requirement is just understanding the difference between object and class. Class is just a blueprint. Class is the category. Okay, let's say screen, computer screen is a class. It's a generic format. Computer screen has a width, height, brightness, the maximum brightness, the colors, number of colors that it can display, durability, price maybe. So different things are there. But if I ask, okay, so what is the width and height of the screen? You're asking which screen you mean, like, is it my screen or likewise? You have to find that particular object too. So if it is my screen, different dimension. If it is your screen, some different dimension. That depends. Different screens, different dimensions. So window is a concept. This window is an object of the particular concept. This window is another object of the same concept. This window is another object of that concept. Likewise, so window is a concept or class, and this window is object of the particular class. Similar to that, turtle is a concept. T is actual object of that turtle class. Got the point or ambiguous?
I got the point.
Sorry?
I got the point.
Right, this turtle object, once you create, you can move forward. See what happens when you move forward. Let's say I want to move 100 pixels forward, and I need to turn left side, let's say 90 degrees. Then we need to move forward another 100 pixels. So let's say I want to repeat this again and again. So I can use repetition actually. So let's use repetition then for I of okay in range. You can start from 1, go up to 5, that means 4 times, go 1 by 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward 100 pixels and turn left 90 degrees. So what will be the output? Can you think? I'm moving forward and turning 90 degrees, moving forward, turning 90 degrees. So what will be the output? When I move forward, it draws in the screen like this. It draws. Then I'm asking turn 90 degrees and draw again.
It will
turn 90 degrees and draw again. 90 degrees,
yeah.
You know, it's perpendicular, right? 90 degrees means perpendicular. Something like this will happen. The second step, the third step, this will happen. Fourth step, again 90 degrees drawing. So what will be the result? It's square, right? It is a square. Okay, let's see the execution now. Say repetition 2. You can see this is what I'm getting. It is a square. This is using repetition. Now, if I use this, like if I use this 200 pixels, so there will be a big square. Okay. Shall we try? Just give a try.
Yeah. Okay.
You can share the screen, I guess. You can share the screen. So I'll tell you how to do. Can you share?
Yeah.
I'll send you the code, the chat, to make it easy.
Okay.
I'll send it to the chat to make your job easy. Okay.
It shows this error screen.
So the reason is so what? Import turtle. So this is okay. Partial initial module has no attribute. So can you write TURT?
Oh, right. What?
So spellings are correct, right?
Yes.
Can you use simple turtle? Yeah, for the capital T, can you replace it with simple? So this should work, I think. So there is some misuse. Let's give a try. So I'm not sure.
No, it doesn't work.
Yes, the problem is the module object is not callable. That's the thing, right? So which version of Python? This is 3.8.
Yeah.
Partially initialized module turtle has no attribute turtle. So.
How did you run yours?
See, it's normally trying. I think the problem comes with the environment. So let's try this a different way. This is Ubuntu, right? Ubuntu.
Yes.
Partially initialize. So this is a common error in Ubuntu, I think. How can I fix this? History. Okay, try something like this. T equal turtle.pen, capital PEN instead of turtle.turtle. So sometimes this is the version, some other error. Turtle pen, PEN, pen.
Oh, pen. No.
What you're getting?
I think I might need to import pen.
Capital P pen.
Oh, capital T?
Capital P pen.
Capital P pen.
Then
Maybe I have to import pen.
no need to import pen. This will work. You have to just import turtle. That turtle. So this I saw this in article, so it's like showing. Turtle.pen. So this is okay. For K in range, you're using forward is okay. Forward, left is also okay. So this is actually, let's see the error again. Is there any answer in? Are you trying? So this is only one time, right? Importer. So this is actually a module error, it seems. Okay, just import turtle. The first line, other line, please erase. Just import turtle only. The other two, yes, other lines can you erase the other for loop also.
So what? So I erased 4.
Yeah, this for loop also you need to erase the other 3 lines. Yes, all these things, which is underneath of which is under the import turtle. All these things you need to remove. Just try. Let's try it one by one.
Okay.
Read it forward. Everything you have to remove. Then run it. No errors. Okay. Then can you write turtle.forward? Turtle, just use the class instead of creating object. Turtle.forward. .forward. Then can you write 200 maybe?
And then should I put turtle left?
So is it running?
Oh, yeah, let me check. No.
It says can you use turtle.forward, capital T turtle.forward? Like that. Capital T. No. Just capital T.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay.
There you go. No.
Oh, I got the point. So this is your file name. You have renamed the file as turtle.py, so it's trying to import that file. Can you write like this?
Oh.
So don't rename with the keywords. I said this already. Like it will panic. It will give like miserable behavior. That's the thing. Don't rename files like that. Just erase that file. First, go and erase that file. That file need not to be there. So that gives the. I just show this file name. Just show this. Sorry. Make sure you go and delete the file first, because it will try to re-import the same file. Right? It will try to re-import the same file. You have to go to the home Minaga location, home Minaga, and then manually delete the file. And then
it should be.
Yeah, this turtle.py, that caused the error, because it thinks that is the file. Delete. Move to the trash. Move to the
Trash?
trash, yeah.
Oh, move to the trash. Yeah, here.
Okay. Then come back, file save as, or take a new file, or copy and paste the code that I have given, and save this with a different name, please. Don't use keywords. So keywords are so dangerous. So you can see how it couldn't even detect find the error. So when you're doing like this, I just saw the rename. Give a different name.
Okay.
Now it runs right. That's the thing. Right. So what you need to try. So in addition to the homework that I have given, you need to try to create the other symmetric objects using this like triangle. Then the next thing is try to draw rectangle, triangle. So not rectangle, actually pentagon, triangle, hexagon, symmetric shapes, you know, these things. Pentagon, hexagon, pentagon, then try hexagon, octagon. So these shapes, can you just give a try? So not now, so as a homework, we have already like given one homework. This is the second one. You have to try to create this pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, and decagon. So try to create these symmetric shapes. It's just an exercise you to try. How can you change the angles and all? You will learn a lot with that, right? Okay. So please take a screenshot and try this as well. I'll stop from here. So please be careful when renaming. Please be careful when using the keywords. It can cause errors. Okay, then let's discuss the remaining part next day. Okay, good night. Bye.
Okay, good night.